Okay, let's test some Outer Worlds 2. This is a game that I am most definitely going to play for myself, so I just ripped through, didn't read anything, didn't listen to anything, didn't do anything, because this is a game that I'm going to play on my own. Balanced DLSS, we can turn that even down, just put quality. I mean, you don't even need it, but I like a little bit, so why not? But we'll start with it off, just to get an idea. Performance settings here, we're on a medium-high mix, so I put on high, medium everything, and then I turn textures up to high. Usually textures I want to be turned up. I mean, even very high, to be honest, it's just going to look really good. Having better textures, and you can leave everything else low and you probably won't notice. Wow, that's pretty good. This is high textures, no scaling. Everything else on medium, but high textures. It just runs... Remember when Starfield came out and it just looked like this or worse and just ran so bad? God. This just is embarrassing. Embarrassing them even more. I don't remember what performance mode am I in? Oh, I'm not even in the highest performance mode. Okay. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Like, it pretty much just gets warmer when you do this, but maybe. So let's stay right here. This is 63, 64, 65, even 66. Stop here. Okay. Come back here. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. Maybe a frame. It's just so much quieter though. We'll come down one more. So we'll go down here, quiet. There should be a little bit of a performance drop here now because the wattages are going to drop down. Yeah. So if you're playing a game that's, you can see the CPU is really pulling. If you're playing a game that's GPU heavy, not CPU heavy, this mode here, you'd actually get probably slightly better performance, but again, the 5050 can perform at super low watts. It is capable of doing it. Like, look at this here. This is 50 watts combined, maybe 55, and we're getting pretty good performance. You could just turn the settings down, right? Like, isn't that kind of crazy that you can get this kind of performance out of like 50 watts total? It's very impressive, but let's put it back up by one just because we're testing it out. Now, again, I'm not very far in this game, but it is what it is. You know, so we're not rendering the furthest distance scenes and all that kind of stuff, but you can scale, like you can look at how this is performing, look at further on how it's going to be, but I mean, it's running pretty decent. It's basically 60 for what it is. Again, this is native, right? Like, I didn't play with this. There's no scaling, right? If you put on some scaling, if you want, I have no problem with a little bit of scaling, even at 1080p. I wouldn't throw it on performance or anything because it's going to start to get a little muddy. But quality, even balanced, honestly, at 1080p, come on. So don't look at this laptop and be like, well, you know, it's only going to pull 60, 70, 80 watts on the GPU, and depending what the CPU is doing, you're basically working with, I think, approximately 100 watts combined, 90 to 100 watts combined. And you may look at it and be like, you're not going to be able to do anything with that. Well, you certainly can, right? The CPU will be fine. It's not a super high core count CPU, so it's not going to choke once you start to turn down the watts because it's not trying to supply all these extra cores. It's just 8, which is one of the benefits of a lower core CPU. And then the other thing to be considerate of here is that the GPU, the 5050, is not power hungry. It's just a very efficient CPU, right? Again, this is very early in the game. I'm just giving you guys an idea. This is something I'm going to play for myself, but it runs great. Honestly, it runs fantastic. Okay, here we are. So high with a little bit of scaling. Actually, it's running better than I thought. I thought we were going to have garbage here, but it's not bad. I would personally want to play at 60, but let's first try a little bit more scaling. So we'll come in here, go like that. We'll just turn up the scaling by 1. I still don't think it's going to be good enough. We might have to turn down some of the settings, but we'll see. Oh man, that's actually not bad. Let's play like this for a minute. 1080p with balance scaling, but it's on high. Again, you don't have to play at exactly 60, but for me, 45 is like, I don't want to really be below 45. really ever. It's pretty good, honestly. It's not bad. Let's tweak the settings manually. So we'll come back in here. We will go, so we'll leave that as it is. Balance scaling. I have no problems with that, to be honest. You could turn on frame gen, but I'm not going to. Texture quality, we're going to leave high. Texture streaming speed, we'll actually leave that high. Let's turn that down by 1. Foliage, I don't want to turn foliage too low because it actually starts to look bad, so we'll just turn it down to medium. Fog can come down. To be honest, I don't care at all about it. Shadow quality can come down. Shadow, so we'll turn down some of the lighting stuff. It's usually pretty heavy. Post-processing, we'll leave that up. So high. Yeah. Let's leave that all up there. Let's actually turn foliage back up. So yeah, it's a pretty mixed bag. Trying to keep stuff like foliages and textures and stuff up, but we're turning down the lighting. Massive jump in performance. Holy crap. So that shows you how much the lighting impacts stuff in this game. Just turn the lighting down, honestly. Leave your foliage up because it will actually make a big difference. You don't need it maxed, but high makes a big difference over like super low. Textures, of course, that kind of stuff. Turn that stuff up and then just turn down the lighting. You really just don't need the lighting. Oh, you can kill things. That was sad. Yeah, it's running really well, actually. Someone has told me that these games run much lower in outdoor areas, so I am playing in an outdoor area. And yes, we have lost some FPS. We went from 74, and it's come down. But honestly, it's running pretty good. You can see the lows are dropping down here. So I think if you turn down some of the texture stuff, you can bring that up. So let's try that. Okay, so we'll come in here. We'll leave that. I don't actually know what this means. Whatever. Low? I don't know. Just leave it. That one's fine. I'm not going to use frame gen. Let's go like that. We'll go with like kind of a medium. Is there a preset that I could do here? Let's go like that. So we'll go medium. We'll just go with kind of a medium kind of thing. Leave that. Medium. Some of this stuff I don't care about, so we'll go low. Crowds low. Lighting quality. Honestly, I don't really care, but we'll leave it there. So kind of like a medium low. Yeah, something like that. Medium low. And then, was anything high? Texture streaming, sure. Let's try that. Yeah, that's a big jump. Big jump. So indoor areas, you can actually crank it up pretty high. When you go to these big outdoor areas, yeah, I think you actually probably should put the settings at a more reasonable level here. Looks great though. And easy 60 FPS. Lows are good. You might get some hitching here and there, but yeah, it's running pretty well for a little 50-50. No, apparently don't fight those things because you'll die. Anyways, it runs well. Just play with the settings until you get it down, but runs quite well. Let's do some Cyberpunk 2077. I specifically want to try this because it is a very CPU heavy game. It's really pulling CPU and GPU here. Again, we don't have the highest wattage system to work with, so it's going to struggle but to balance. But we'll come in here, Red Ultra, DLSS, put it on balanced. Because transfer model, you won't even be able to tell it's on. Unless you really pixel hunt, maybe. But I mean, look at this. This is Ultra with some scaling. 100 FPS back there. Come out here, do a run through. See if it goes below 60 at all. I don't actually expect it to struggle at all, to be honest. I don't expect any struggle here. Nope. Easy 60 all the way through. Look at that. Okay, so here we are on high, just to see what the difference is here. High, same balanced scaling. It's not making a huge difference. I mean, it is going up. But I mean, we were above 60 anyways. What are we getting, like an extra 4 or 5 FPS? Maybe a bit higher. I mean, it is performing pretty well. So yeah, I mean, the game is becoming pretty optimized here. So you're going to have no problems playing Cyberpunk. I mean, we can try without scaling just to see what it looks like. So we'll come back in here, just turn it off. So this is high, no scaling. High, no scaling, and that's 60. So if you, for some reason, really don't want to use scaling, high will give you around 60. Ultra will probably drop down. So on Ultra, you are going to want scaling. Honestly, any of these settings are going to be fine. Very good. Let's do some Doom Eternal. You go off, obviously. So 1080p. Very good. Upscaler. We don't need it, but I'm going to put it on just so I can turn up the settings. So we'll go 1080p, balance DLSS. Again, you don't need DLSS in this game, unless you really crank the settings, but I am actually going to turn it up. So I'm going to go to Nightmare, and then I'm going to go 1080p with balance scaling, and the DLSS will help. Look at that. You could turn off DLSS, and then you could just turn down the settings slightly, but I want the settings to be high, and I want to have like above 60. And I mean, you're moving so damn fast, like who cares? No drop down even during these explosions. Let's get into this chaotic area. I don't think we need to test like a ton of this. Right, so play with the settings how you want. Turn it up, turn it down, get more FPS, get less FPS. Doom it's well optimized. It's hard to run, but it's well optimized, and you're not going to have any problems here. I'm actually eventually going to get like okay at playing on the keyboard. I don't like playing games, shooting games in general on keyboards. I really don't like it. So it's funny that I play this so much that I'm actually going to get okay at it on the keyboard, but yeah, anyways, it's going to run fine. You could do stuff like turn on frame gen. Once your frame rate is up high enough, you're probably going to be okay. And there you go. Runs just fine.